Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be how I changed from a nice guy beta male into the man my wife adores. So this particular guy, he's 39. He's a police officer. He's been started following me 11 years ago, back when his now wife was his then girlfriend. And so they were kind of on again, off again, she'd move in, they'd live together for a while. He'd act like a beta male, totally turn her off. She'd move out. Things would get better after a while, then she'd move back in. And so at some point he came across my work and a few others, which he mentions that I'll go through. And he just sends a success story of how things are really great between them, even though things were rocky in the beginning. They've got a child together. She does everything for him. She cooks, she cleans. She's just like the perfect wife. And what you will see with this email is that once this dude cleaned up his behavior and how he was showing up and showed up as an attractive man consistently and acted like the leader consistently, her behavior got totally in line with what he wanted. So he says, Coach, I'm a 39-year-old married man with one child living in the Midwest. I came across your work 11 years ago after suffering from self-induced nice guy beta male behavior. I was a typical low T beta male, low testosterone, for those who don't know. My mother raised me to be a nice guy, and my dad was around but was an emotionally and physically abusive husband. I always considered myself ugly, and girls I liked called me that. I had bad teeth, and despite always being a gym rat, I was fat and out of shape. I never had any success with women. When I started going out to bars, I cringed thinking back on the needy, insecure, and dumb ways I went about going after women that never worked. What I had going for me was a drive and determination to make something of myself. However, I did not know it enough to put any consciousness behind it. I started a career in law enforcement at 21 while my buddies were all wasting time. A career as a cop made things better for me as I grew up fast. I had steady income, a good career, my own place, and a nice car. My story with women stayed the same. I met my now wife when I was about 23. She was never that into me physically, and the two of us never connected sexually. She made a fool of me several times. I took it and asked for more, please. She moved in with me twice, but moved out, tested me, had no sexual interest, and lied on several occasions about her finances and interest in other men. I took all this like the beta male I was. She was and still a beautiful woman who had other options, but every time we broke up, we came back together. Me out of pure desperation for a woman, and her out of the potential she saw in me, or at least that's what I told myself. At around 26, I caught her trying to go out to lunch with a coworker I knew she had interest in. She denied it and lied, and I think I was at the end of my rope. I blamed my lack of leadership, confidence, and masculinity on her. In my dumb head, it was all her fault. And she was the problem. He says, yeah, I know, red pill stuff. As Don Shula said, the late great Don Shula, strong men blame themselves, weak men blame others. And there's just way too much of that blaming women in the red pill community. And unfortunately, guys that don't know any better see that and they go, oh, it's really not my fault. It's modern women. Huh. Aha. I don't have to change anything. And then that's what they tell themselves. And then they don't change. Even Chunky, who you guys know from the podcast, when he was in high school, it's probably going back 5-6 years ago, he was doing well because his father, who's a lifelong friend of mine, had given him my book when he was having problems with his girlfriend. And he turned things around. It was going better. And then he got into the red pill stuff. He said it made him bitter, angry, negative, and he just absolutely repulsed women. And all the girls love Chunky. I have yet to meet a girl that I've introduced Chunky to that the girls didn't just love him. They gush over him. And so a guy like that, who is well liked by the ladies, they just love being around him because he's always joyful, he's always happy, he's always cracking a joke, he's always looking to have a good time. to be that guy and then to turn into an angry, unhappy, red pill type of dude, and where all of his success went away and women wanted nothing to do with him, and then obviously to the Chunky that we all know and love. Because it just makes it easy. He said the same thing. It's makes it easy for you just to point the finger at women and blame them, even though there'll be probably several red pill guys in the comments crying about it, going, "Coach, you don't understand red pill. You don't understand." Like, whatever, dude. I just know the overwhelming majority of the vibe and the energy in the comments from people that claim to be red pill is extremely negative and extremely nasty towards women. And if you are nasty towards women, they are not going to like you. If you behave the way these dudes, these red pill gurus do on their very popular podcast, and I'm not going to mention any names, but if you behave that way in person with women, they're not going to fucking like you at all. And if you pay attention, you can look at the facial expressions on these women as they're being berated by these high-value males. It's like, you can tell none of them respect or like these guys at all. I decided that I would fix my life. I saw a doctor because I did not feel well. I found out I had a pituitary tumor, which caused my testosterone levels to be as low as 69 points one time, which is normal for a woman. Ooh, that's not good. I fixed that issue with medical procedures and testosterone injections, and my levels are now in the mid-900s. Next, I fixed my teeth. I got braces, regular cleanings, and dental hygiene routines worked. I then decided that I would get my diet under control and lost 60 pounds. I still maintain a lean 5'11", 185 pounds. Lean and mean like Steve McQueen, as I would say. Steve McQueen, as he said, I live for myself and I answer to nobody. That is the embodiment of what a man is all about. Doesn't mean you're a selfish dick. It just means you're doing your own thing, your way, and you don't give a damn what other people think about it. He says, I found financial guru Dave Ramsey. I set up my budget, investments, spending habits, and lifestyle to match my income. I am now a net worth millionaire. Congratulations, dude. 3 years ago, I found a niche that lets me work from home in addition to my career. Combined, I make $215,000 per year. I have another 2 years to retire, at which point I will collect my pension and continue working on my mission and purpose. Congratulations. I got a lot of friends that spent 20, 25, one of them spent 27 years in law enforcement, and the pensions are nice because it gives them a lot of freedom to do other things because the pension pays well. So it's a tough career, but if you are cut out for it, you can get a nice pension for it and then put in 20 years, 25 years, whatever, and then do something else. He says, I'm not that young, insecure kid anymore. The gym moms check me out all the time, and I could have my pick of women if I wanted. One came up to me a few months ago and apologized for staring, which was a flirting attempt. 2 of them told my wife before that I was very masculine. One peeked at my membership card, found me on Facebook, and slid into my DMs. Naughty. I feel like James Bond, Corey. Well, that's because you are, my man. I stayed with my then girlfriend and married her, and she is a changed woman. She is honest, feminine, and submissive and seeks my guidance on everything. See what happens when you act like a man? If you act like a bitch, women will treat you like a bitch. And as he admits, he acted like a beta male, or a bitch, if you will, and she treated him like it. And now, he's been a man ever since, and he's the head of the household, the way it should be. She cooks, she cleans, makes delicious desserts, that sounds nice, and is completely inner feminine. Does she make creme brulee? If she makes creme brulee, she's definitely a keeper. She is teaching our daughter the same and vocalizes that dad is the boss. Nice. She often puts on nothing but a thong. Ooh. And her kitchen apron when she cooks on the weekends. That is very naughty, but very nice. Our sex life is exactly what I want it to be now, and I know what I want, and I'm not shy to ask for it. She is happy to oblige. Look what happens when you act like a man consistently. Like Don Shula said, strong men blame themselves, weak men blame others. I court and date her and provide leadership. I also plan our future and financial goals so she can just relax and provide a space for me to reach my full potential. Thanks to you, Kevin Samuels, Dave Ramsey, and Nick Bear. Well, I've heard of Kevin Samuels. I do know he passed away in the last year. Didn't really know much about his work. Dave Ramsey, I am aware of him. And Nick Bear, I have no idea who that is. I guess he's a fitness guy. He says, I'm at the top of my game and reaching heights that I never saw coming. I have attached 2 photos in this email. Thank you, my friend, and I hope you live a long, healthy wife. He sent a picture of him and his beautiful bride. And he sent another one with a nice Steve McQueen quote that is in a strategic place that he gets to remind himself of that every day with a picture of the late, great Steve McQueen. I live for myself, and I answer to nobody. That's what a man is. So good job, dude. Thanks for sticking around for 11 years and following my work and being a great dad, being a great husband, and a great father to your little girl. And congratulations on all your success, dude. So if you got a great success story or an email you want to send in for a question, send it to questions@understandingrelationships.com. And if you would like to get my help personally, you can go to the same website, understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.